Hello. Today I want to read you from this book, An Everlasting Meal by Tamar Adler. It's not a new book. It was first published in 2011, but I've only recently discovered it. And this book just really speaks to me. Tamar's approach to cooking, Tamar's approach to simplicity, and her approach to just common sense in cooking. And it just gave me this urge to want to read it aloud and share it with you because it's just so wonderful. So for today, I'll just read a few passages from the beginning of the book, and let's start. So this one is from the introduction. She talks about the book. This book contains what I know of boiling and cooking eggs. It contains my strategies for cooking vegetables and meat, which rely on the fortuitous truth that both are best bought whole and cooked ahead, and the ways I have of making each earn its keep. It doesn't contain perfect or professional ways to do anything, because we don't need to be professionals to cook well, any more than we need to be doctors to treat bruises and scrapes. We don't need to shop like chefs or cook like chefs. We need to shop and cook like people learning to cook, like what we are, people who are hungry. We're so often told cooking is an obstacle that we miss this. When we cook things, we transform them. And any small acts of transformation are among the most human things we do. Whether it's nudging dried leaves around a patch of cement or salting a tomato, we feel, when we exert tiny bits of our human preference in the universe, more alive. The next passage I'm going to read from An Everlasting Meal by Tamar Adler is from chapter 1, How to Boil Water. Once your water reaches a boil, salt it well. The best comparison I can make is to pleasant seawater. The water needs to be this salty whether it's going to have pasta cooked in it or the most tender spring peas. It must be salted until it tastes good. Because what you're doing isn't just boiling an ingredient, but cooking one thing that tastes good in another, which requires that they both taste like something. All ingredients need salt. The noodle or tender spring pea would be narcissistic to imagine it already contained within its cell walls all the perfection it would ever need. We seem too to fear that we are failures at being tender and springy if we need to be seasoned. It's not so. It doesn't reflect badly on pea or person that either needs help to be most itself. Add salt by hand so that you start to get a feel for how much it takes, and as you do, taste the water repeatedly. This may at first feel ridiculous, and then it will start to seem so useful you'll stand by the pot feeling quite ingenious. Even though the water is boiling, you can test it with your finger. If it's well seasoned, just tapping the surface will leave enough on your skin for you to taste. When you find yourself tasting your water, you are doing the most important thing you can ever do as a cook. The only way to make anything you're cooking taste good, whether it's water or something more substantial, is to make sure all its parts taste good along the way. There are moments in cooking when common sense dictates not to taste, biting into a dirty beet or raw potato, but taste anything else from a few minutes after you start cooking it until it's done. You don't need to know what it's supposed to taste like. What anything is supposed to taste like at any point in its cooking is good. This is as true for water as for other ingredients. Isn't that genius? It's genius writing, and it's just every line is full of simple truths about cooking. And this is why I love this book, and this is why I'll be reading you more. in a future video. Bye for now.